Hi everyone, I'm Tam, and I'm back with another idea for a spurious dish. Today I have with me a mysterious box of microwaveable food, which I'll reveal right now. Dun dun dun. It is a steak dinner. I think this is steak, yeah. I'm not quite sure because this is just some leftover that I have permission to now eat. I didn't originally buy this myself, so I have no idea. Yeah, it's definitely, I think steak, yeah. Could be, I guess, a vegan, I don't know. or I guess 3D printed anyway. So this is this interesting texture. And these are green beans associated with the steak dinner. They're like 4 inches long. I think this is garlic. Let me just taste it right now. Yeah, I think it's fried garlic, yeah. Fried garlic. And we have this mysterious dark brown sauce. I tasted it earlier, and it has a very vinegar, sour, kind of zesty flavor to it. So we'll see what we can do with this. All right, so the goal is really to try to turn this into a gourmet meal. I've been watching a lot of like chefs do that, like Iron Dad. Turn this gourmet for me or something like that. So let's see what I can do with this one, I guess. And I have some soy sauce and stuff there, which I'll use throughout. So the plan is to, I'm going to butter this rice up. See, it's kind of like very dry. I'm going to butter this rice with the, I guess, fried garlic, and also add my own garlic as well because I really like garlic. These are fried. I'll mince these up as well. However, I won't actually fry them. So you have fried versions and also buttered up versions. Let's put it that way. So there's two different like garlic cooked styles. Put it that way. So that probably add a nice texture to it. And also it looks very appealing that way as well, because this will probably be like golden yellow, and this is just like kind of dark crispy, so it's kind of like different color there. I'm going to cut these green beans into like maybe like 1 or 2 inch long, probably 1 inch long. That way it'll be easier to get a spoonful of it. You know, 1 spoon has, you know, rice and also green bean. Otherwise it's kind of hard to eat like that. And the green bean will also be cooked simultaneously with the rice. So these two will be cooked simultaneously in butter, unsalted butter with the new garlic minced pieces. So once I do that, I'll put that into the bowl here. So we have a nice kind of like layer of rice and veggie there. And then I'll work on the steak. The steak will be kind of sliced very thinly. Super thin. I want like kind of like sashimi kind of like thinness, like very thin, because I want this to absorb a lot of flavor. So I'm gonna cut it very thin, and then I'll make the kind of like, I guess, marinade for it. It will be a soy sauce plus a bit chili paste, like a 1:4 ratio. So 4 soy sauce to 1 chili paste, and then we'll cook the thin sashimi-ish steak into the pan with probably the same butter. I may need to add more butter. We'll see. And then we'll kind of like saute it until it's kind of like nice, kind of crispy a little bit. And then we'll lay that on the top of the rice, kind of like different layers. So we're doing like 1 row, 2 row, probably 3 rows, 3 or 4 rows or like that will probably be sufficient. This weird sauce I'm actually going to repurpose has a dipping sauce for my orange. The orange has a kind of like also a kind of zest, but kind of sweet flavor. Dipping it into this will give it a kind of refreshing, like a kind of salad vinegar kind of palette. So that's kind of the plan for the sauce there. I'm not going to do anything else to the sauce. It's kind of it's kind of perfect as it is for my intention. So we'll leave it as is. Okay, so I'll come back when I have chopped up the stuff, made a marinade, and we'll proceed to the cooking part. Okay, and now I'm back. I have diced up the green beans, very small, like 1 inch long, so it's very bite-sized. I think there's a bit of soy sauce there under the rice. I have no idea. Anyway, actually, let me just kind of check. It could just be like the beef juice, you know. Yeah, I think it's just beef juice because it's not super salty. I peeled off the orange, so it's like a kind of like shrimp cocktail, but with oranges, like a fruit cocktail, I guess. The sauce is perfect as is. No need to add like spice or anything else. Has a tangy, zesty vinegar kind of aroma, taste to it. Yeah. There we are. So it looks kind of nice presentation-wise. So that's done. The garlic is minced up very nice and thin, like super small. See, try my best to make it very small. And I sliced up the beef, so it's very thin. Like see, it's like sashimi. They're very thin. It's actually pretty nice too. It's like medium rare, or like I think I'm pretty rare. It's usually how I like my steak, you know, kind of rare with a bit of like redness, a lot of redness. And over here, we have all the other slices of beef being marinated for about, I think, 10-15 minutes. I put it in the marinade. It's about 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, so equal parts soy sauce and water, and about 2 tablespoons of chili paste. So it's been sitting there for like 10-15 minutes. See what tastes like here. Very nice. This is a very nice, simple kind of like marinade slash like sauce. The chili and the chili adds a very nice complementary spiciness to the soy sauce. So the soy sauce is like this direction, plus the chili kind of moves a little bit like this. Gives it a very unique kind of a feel. Very good as is, you know. You can put the same kind of sauce slash marinade on just rice and eat it, and you won't feel bored of it. Is what I'm trying to say. It's very kind of tasteful that way. So it's been sitting there for like 10-15 minutes as I do all these other things, and I think it should be pretty marinated now because the beef is the slices are so kind of thin that it should have plenty of time to have marinated now. So it should be good to go. Alright, so that's fine. I think that's pretty good. I'm actually going to save the marinade later. So as I cook the beef, I'll just scoop it out. I'll probably save the marinade and just kind of put in rice or something because it's just so nice to have. I have 1 tablespoon of butter ready to go. The other tablespoon is right here on the counter. Okay, so we're gonna first so we're going to stir fry them, get them nice and kind of toasty and a bit crispy. So warm them up and make them a bit crispy, particularly the veggie. And then with the garlic, and then we'll put it on the plate to cool down. After that, I'll add another stick of butter, and then we'll cook the beef as well. So let me put the phone to the side so I can put down the stuff here. Like that, nice and neat. Let me just heat this up. So that the butter here, 1 tablespoon of butter, unsalted, dissipates, you know, kind of evaporates there. Okay. I put the garlic into the container as well. So everything's in here in one place, consolidated, nice and neat. Just move the butter around. This is a nice big pan, easy to cook lots of stuff with, soups, and so forth. Only for $19.99. Just kidding. It's not there. There they are. Turn it down to medium so it doesn't hit my face. And add in everything else here. Come on. Careful, careful. Careful with the goods. Alright. Careful, 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 careful. Careful there. Alright. Be careful. Then kind of like stir fry it, you know, because the rice is cooked, so the rice is kind of like sticky right now. So you want to like be very kind of quick about it. Make sure the rice kind of like even out. Yeah, it evenly breaks apart and doesn't stick to the pan. So like, you know, like some of this, I move around very quickly. If it gets too sticky, you can add more water. You know, like water to kind of like break it up. I want to break it up so it doesn't stick too hard. I added like like half a tablespoon of water, or 1 tablespoon of water for that. So it kind of it also helps rehydrate the rice and breaks it down even more. All right, so you may want to add like I guess 1 or 2 tablespoons of water as well because the rice is kind of dry. Depends on your I guess your meal. So it looks like this. Kind of stir fry a little bit, make sure everything is evenly coated and cooked. And then yeah, add water as needed to kind of keep it hydrated. And here is what it is. So I definitely added another tablespoon of water. So I used about 2 tablespoons of water to break down the rice and make it kind of like rehydrated. It looks and feels a bit like risotto, the Italian kind of pasta rice thing. You ever had it? Kind of mushy a little bit, yeah. It's like halfway between soft rice and congee, rice porridge. You ever had that? Halfway there, kind of. It's like has a shape and still kind of mushy inside, so it's nice. The texture is very nice and like warm. Okay, so this is what it is. A nice plateful, evenly spread out. Looks a bit colorful. You see, colorful. Okay, so now we have the beef strips. I cleaned up the pan. I washed the pan with water, so I didn't use soap. I just used water to kind of wash it off, and just use a paper towel to kind of scrape down most of the rice residue, like the rice sticky parts to the pan, because I don't want the flavor to disrupt the beef's flavor. So I'm trying to reset the pan lazily. Let's put it that way. This is the other tablespoon of unsalted butter. So let's get to it. I'll put the foam right there. Same spot. Here, melt the butter, and then I'll add in the marinated steak strips here. And you want to like cook this on high, so it kind of like a kind of saute, not saute, like kind of stir fry a little bit, like make it kind of a bit crispy, so it has a nice kind of texture to eat. It's gonna be full of flavor because of marinade, so we don't need to worry about that. It's just the texture. You want to like something a bit more kind of crunchy, I guess, a bit more of a homey, warm feel, I guess, for lack of a better term. All right, so that's about there. I'm gonna turn it down to medium, and then I'll add in the thing. I'm gonna save the marinade, as I said earlier because I'll reuse this for something else entirely. It's a very nice marinade. It'd be a shame to waste it, you know, drop it down the drain. So what I'm gonna do with that, I'm gonna put it here. There we are. I'll show you everything here. No beef left behind. We don't want any beef left behind in the marinade here. No beef left behind. Should be a new policy for all chefs. No beef left behind. A bit more. I think that's the last big piece there. Everything else is just kind of like fat. Anyway. Anyway, so I'm back now. We just move around here. Stir it out here. Return to medium-high heat. Medium to high heat, like that. So this is what it looks like. You want to cook it until the marinade dries up. So it's just simply the beef, and then the beef is a little bit crispy on the side. Kind of stir fry back and forth on medium to high heat until it gets there. All right, and this is the final product we have here. Our leftover microwavable steak dinner made gourmet. So a gourmet microwavable steak dinner thing. The beef strips should be a bit crispy, not too crispy, just a little bit. Because if it's too crispy, it will kind of mask some of the marinade flavor. So you want you want it crispy just for kind of like taste, not the actual like purpose. If that makes sense. There's a steak. I originally wanted to like put the steak on top. Then I realized it was not as pretty. So I divided into like half and kind of like put the beef there and there. So it looks a bit nicer presentation wise, you know, a bit nicer. With the risotto-ish style rice veggie here. And our kind of like tangerine, kind of like tamarind-ish vinegar dipping sauce with the orange. So one more time so you can see. Yeah, move a bit more up here. Right there. Yeah, that's very nice, yeah. Nice little angle. Okay, so we're going to test this and see how it goes. Let's just put the phone aside. Put it aside here. Yeah, so it doesn't like fall. Come on, don't fall. Yeah, so there you go. So that's pretty stable. First things first, put this to the side. This is our main course of risotto-ish style. So basically just rice that's been kind of rehydrated with water, buttered up with a bit of garlic and green beans here. See what it smells like. Yeah, it smells very nice, aromatic. Has a kind of like airy kind of rice smell to it. Like kind of like fresh rice out of a container, but not as strong. Kind of like a gentle smell of that kind of caliber. See what it tastes like by itself. The rice is like really mushy. Not too mushy, but it's like they're kind of soft and gentle. The butter is like all over the rice, so it has and the butter carries the aroma of the garlic. So the rice piece has like a bunch of buttered garlic all over it. It's kind of nice. It's really kind of refreshing. And the peas and the carrots, not the carrots, the green beans. The green beans has more of the garlic flavor actually. The green bean flavor itself is kind of diluted now, kind of like less strong. I think the green bean flavor merged with the water, that I added to the rice. I added 2 tablespoons of water, and I think that the green bean flavor kind of like diluted the kind of water, so now it's kind of like a spread crust, so it's not as strong as it can be. The beans themselves are kind of like a bit crunchy. It should be softer to kind of like blend in with the kind of mushiness of the rice, but it's not as soft as it really should be. Yeah. If I like cut it in smaller, if I were to cut it even smaller, like instead of 1 inch pieces, like maybe half an inch pieces, it would have cooked a lot quicker, and I think it would have softened a lot more. See what the beef tastes like. So it smells. Hold on. Let me move it to the side so I can actually smell this. Yeah, there's a bit of soy. The beef is kind of the most prevalent smell. Try another one. Yeah, it's like a beef soy smell. You can't really smell like the chili at all. See what it tastes like by itself, just by itself. It tastes a bit kind of firm, kind of hard, because the steak was already cooked, and it took some time to like actually kind of fry it up. I should have cooked it on higher heat, so instead of medium high, just high heat, and then it would have like fried up a bit more, and it probably would have like preserved a bit of the rareness, the wetness. But that's fine. So this is not as good as I think it can be, but it's still pretty nice. It's a bit fried up. I should have fried up more to make it a bit more crispy on the sides. That's one way to kind of improve the steak part of it. So everything together now. Just take a bit of like beef and a bit of like the rice with it all together. Yeah, it's just really nice. It's like the the kind of like mushiness of the rice, plus the kind of like leather texture of the beef, kind of like makes you feel like you're eating the rice wrapped around the beef. Kind of a bit of a feeling. Yeah, it's really nice. The beef is a bit kind of like stiff now, so it's I should have cooked this on higher heat so it kind of finish up quicker. So it can still be kind of tender with a bit of rareness, but I use too low of a heat, and it cooked too and it was cooking for too long of a time, so it kind of like dried up and firm up. It's kind of leathery now, a little bit leathery. That's the main dish. All right, the side dish with the orange fruity cocktail thing here is the orange by itself is I think you know what it tastes like, the orange by itself. So I'm not gonna do that. I'll just dip right here those. All right, so it smells very strong actually, kind of like a vinegar pungent smell, very strong. Oh, it's very nice. The zesty vinegar of the sauce here goes really well with the citrus flavor of the orange. Yeah. That's a really nice like dipping sauce for the orange, because they combine so well together. It's like one unique flavor. So instead of tasting two distinct flavors like vinegar and citrus, you're really tasting like one combined like unique flavor, like one thing. It kind of melds so well together, like just really mixed it really well. You can't tell the difference between the two unless you really pay attention to it. It kind of like mixes very well. Yes, it's really nice. Oh wow, yeah. This vinegar tangy tamarind sauce, I don't know what it is. It's kind of heavy as well. Has a nice kind of heaviness, and that really kind of contrasts with the kind of lightness of the orange juice. Because you have like one combined flavor, and then you have like a light and kind of dark kind of after tone taste thing going on here. So it's very nice to have. It's very nice. You could just eat this like outside on the beach for like several hours probably, and not really kind of feel bored. At least for me, I can see myself doing that. So anyway, so this is our complete gourmet style for the microwave steak dinner.